Welcome to the Groomsmen podcast. It's your boy Kenny, the CEO of the Groomsmen Barbershop. We're going to be talking about barbers, business, and bullshit. Stay tuned with us. We're giving you the keys and the tools you need to succeed in the barber and business industry. Yo, what's going down, man? It's your boy Kenny, the barber. We're here at the Groomsmen Barbershop located in Riverview, Florida. We got Sachi Rory here. We got Sway, and we got Macho. These are some big dogs, some local big dogs, and they got a crazy story to share with us. And I'm glad that you guys are giving us that opportunity, bro, to use our platform and really express your experience as a barber. So I know you guys got a lot to talk about, a lot to cover, but let's start from the very beginning, man. And let's start with, obviously, where you guys come from, and how you became started your barber career.
How you became the Barber twins.
Well, first of all, I want to say I appreciate you guys for having us here. It's a privilege to be out here. I do appreciate it. But yeah, we just go straight to it. We started cutting hair. I want to say like around 12. That's when we started cutting.
12 years old.
12 years old, yes, sir.
That's a young ass age to start.
Yeah. Why? Why so young? Why so young? Shit.
So my mom used to cut our hair. Yeah, I'm pretty sure everybody got the same typical.
Yeah. Well, one of the parents that my dad is the one that used to cut my hair. My dad used to fuck me up.
Yeah, I didn't get fucked up like y'all when I was legit. I was getting cleaned up.
My dad would fucking hammer me, dog, with the clippers, bro. That shit was crazy.
And they ain't no soft hands, bro. They're pulling everything.
No cool care, no oil, no nothing, nigga.
No oil,
they raw dogging the whole haircut.
No
They
oil on
edging
machine,
you with
bro. The blade hot. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, edging you with the clipper.
Yeah.
Like, how you doing this?
So my mom used to cut us up. She used to give us like the bowl cut, man. Like literally a one on top and a straight line. No line up, no fade, no nothing, man.
What you mean, like a straight line?
Literally, like
Like an actual bowl? Like someone started
if you
this
grab the bowl and put it on the top of your head and just
Like crisp it up.
They gave you the Edgar before the Edgar was popular.
Damn.
I wouldn't call that.
That's probably what started it.
That was an unfaded Edgar.
That was the linea.
Damn.
But she used to give us a straight line across our head, In elementary school, we didn't care too much about it up until we got to middle school. And we started kind of like seeing, you start having little girlfriends and stuff,
You start caring about what you look like.
Yeah. So you're like, man, this man, he got a fresh cut. I'm over here looking in the mirror like, damn, they messed me up. So then my older brother, Oscar, he started kind of trying to cut us up. He gave us a number one all over in the lineup. It was way better than a bowl cut.
Yeah.
How many siblings are you? So it's y'all two, your older brother, and that's it?
Well, originally, there's 12 of us,
Oh, shit.
Yeah. But in growing up in our household, it was 5 of us. Mm-hmm. 5 boys, and then my mom, just my mom.
Oh, so you guys got like stepbrothers and sisters?
No.
Or is all one from just one mom, one dad?
No. 5 was the 5 that we grew up with. Was all same mom and dad. The others, they were like half brothers,
brothers, half sisters. Okay.
Yeah. So they're way older than us.
Yeah. Were you guys like raised together though, or separate?
The 5 of us, we grew up together.
Jinx, you want me soda?
Yeah.
I bet y'all do that all the time.
Man,
All the
That
time.
man owe you a 24 pack of Coke, boy.
So my mom, my older brother, he started cutting us up. I felt like the man, bro. When I tell you, man, when this man was lining us up, and don't get me wrong though, like me being a barber now, looking back, I was like, man, if I would have, touched my head like that back then, or go back in time, I'll fresh me up,
Yeah.
Even compared to what compared to what he did, compared to what my mom did, bro, it was a blessing.
It's a big difference.
Yeah.
So,
I remember getting cut at that age, man. And at the time, bro, I thought I was getting laced. because that's just how it was in those days. You know what I'm saying? It was a clean fade, but it wasn't like clean.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like
clean
how we
fade.
see it today. Today is like the fucking fades are blurry. You don't even know where the nigga started the fade from, you know? But back then, bro, I look at my haircuts and I'm like, God damn, yo, I used to pull bitches with that fucking haircut. That's fucking wild. But yeah, man, it's nice to see that. That just tells you, bro, the improvement and you know how barbers are moving forward
Yeah.
now.
Yeah,
Today's
the
day.
game, the game is totally different from
It's
back in
totally
the day.
different, man.
The levels that it's taken up, I feel like that's in every category: sports, music, a lot of categories. The attention to detail has just been, leveled up and
It's improved.
yeah.
Yeah,
100%.
Everybody want to walk around like they're celebrities now. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Like,
yeah. Everybody want to stunt.
yeah. It ain't
Everybody
no
wanna stunt.
basic cut now, man. Everybody
Nah.
want to walk out the barbershop and then just go to Walmart for no reason. You know what I'm saying? You're like, yo, I got to go out, man.
Yeah, do
I
something.
think I need some milk, man.
Word. So how about you, Macho? Tell us a little bit about your side, bro. So your mom used to cut your hair, obviously, too. Do you feel like that was your inspiration to barbering, or what pushed you to wanna actually learn it?
Well, to be honest, what pushed me to want to learn it, we've always been creative, and as far as like the like painting, we were very artistic.
Yeah,
So like when it came to anything, like back in the day when we used to do construction, I would even look for the artistic side in that job.
Yep.
And
Hold on. We gotta stop real quick. You said you when you did construction.
Yeah. We work construction.
how long y'all did construction for?
we worked construction for 14 years.
Wait, how old was you when you started doing construction?
We started, what was it, 11, 12?
I think we're 11. Yep.
Around the
11,
time we
right?
started cutting each other up.
Yes.
Where was y'all living at the time?
What was this?
I
Brandon
wanna say-
Crossing?
this is right when we moved into Brandon. It was pretty sure. It was
Oh,
Brandon
that
Crossing.
was here in Florida.
Yeah, it was
Working
here,
at 11.
Yep.
God damn!
You
But
know-
what kind of construction though?
We did stucco.
Stucco.
Atlanta Stoker. Yep. There was no summer breaks, no spring breaks, man. Like
Every weekend we was out there shoveling.
That's hard labor, bro.
Working like a bitch. Working like a bitch. But see I got a 12-year-old son, and I'm kind of trying to do the same thing with him because when you instill worth ethic in a child so young and kind of give them the keys and let them know like, hey, look, bro, you could be doing this. This is real hard work. It sets them up for success in the future. Dealing with these kids nowadays, man, they so lazy. They don't want to do nothing. They don't want to go nowhere. They want to stay inside all day.
They want to skip the line.
Right.
Yeah, they want to go straight to success and be on top of the game without knowing how to work for it.
I see new barbers doing that.
Yeah.
New barbers coming in.
one thing you can never escape the work, man. You gotta
Yeah,
always
right.
put in the work, man.
Bro, that's the only way of growth. I mean,
Only
how
way,
can
you
you
know?
get there? How can you get that level? And I mean, it takes a leveled mind to understand that too, bro. Because there's people, believe it or not, bro, in this field, they're not new. They've been doing it for 5+ years, and they're still in beginner level. But in their mind, they think that they're fucking hot shit.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? They don't even see their flaws. Like they haven't been able to train their eyes to see flaws. You know what I'm saying?
I'm pretty sure they see it, but they
They just don't care. Really, that's what it is.
they're just doing it for the money.
Yeah.
Anybody who is inspired, anybody who has passion behind it, is gonna look for the growth.
Yeah.
It's gonna look for what can I do? How can I do this haircut better than the last time? To them, it's like to them it's money. So how can I get this guy out in 25 minutes so that way I can make a quick 30, 40 bucks?
Just do good enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, good enough. Fuck that, man.
Sometimes
Fuck
it's
that.
not even good enough.
The
A
clients,
lot of times it's not good
no,
enough.
the clients notice that. They notice that you take 45 minutes the first time, 40 minutes the second time, 35 minutes the third time, and now you're just kicking them out the door 22 minutes.
Right.
6 months down the line when you think that this client is yours and he's never gonna go anywhere else. And then
Yeah.
that one day you walk in and he's sitting in somebody else's chair. There's gonna have to become a point when you finally realize you can't point the fingers at everybody else. You gotta actually look in the mirror and say, what am I doing wrong? What am I doing wrong? And all these guys are doing right around me.
Yeah.
I've seen barbers make that decision. You know, get that realization, like I'm doing something wrong.
Yeah, you got to be humble minded and not prideful at all, because I think that's the main thing that stops your growth. You know what I'm saying? Because people will see it, but they're so prideful they won't accept it. You know what I'm saying?
You gotta also be open minded.
Yeah, 100%. You have to be open minded.
Always. It don't matter what level you're in the barber game. You have to be open minded. You know, if somebody want to give you a tip, be all ears.
Don't ever think that new barber. It's like it's just in real life. It's the same thing. People walk around. Oh, I'm 40 years old. What could a 25-year-old teach me? It's like you
That 25-year-old could teach you a lot.
teach you a lot.
100%.
Teach you all the new shit that's out today, so you can still be relevant, old motherfucker.
Right. And you gotta go with the times, or you will be left behind. And the same thing goes with cutting hair. If you think you're gonna, stick with doing flat tops all day, you're gonna run out of clients sooner or later.
Yeah, you definitely got to be.
Just because you've been a barber longer than me doesn't mean you've been a better barber.
100%, bro. 100%, bro.
And that's the sad truth,
I see that all the time, especially in my barbershop, man. I'll get young bucks in here. I got young bucks in here, bro, that, I mean, shit, if it wasn't for their age, you think they'd be cutting hair for 20 years.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because they're booked, they're slammed to the gills, they're professional, they know how to act properly. You know, their
2
customer
years in the
service is superb. And it's because they see the growth. You know, they have they got role models. You know what I'm saying? And they're so receptive. You know, like how you said, they're open minded, and they're so receptive to learn. You know, the skills on the barbers that are already there. You know what I'm saying? How can I learn what they got already the fastest way possible? You could only do that with an open mind.
Right. You take something from one barber, you take something from another barber, you take something from another barber, and you mold them together, and it becomes your style. Right.
Yep. Build your own system.
Right.
So you guys did construction. Just to take it back a little bit, man, so the audience could follow us on your story. How many years y'all did construction?
14?
14 years. Yeah.
14 years. So
That's plenty
at
of
what age did you become a barber?
Like professionally, or you mean
Like a licensed barber?
we were fresh out of, I want to say, I think 20. 20, yep.
20 years old?
Yeah, yep.
And what school y'all go to?
We went to, what's it called, the one right here in Tampa?
Artistic nails?
Artisanal, yep.
Yeah, that's the same school I went to.
Me too. And when I went, that bit was litty as hell, boy. I was out here giving cigarette packs for perms to my
Yo,
I was back in like 08 though.
I never partied so much being in school than when I was at Artistic Nails. That shit was so unorganized. Even the teachers, bro. We'll be wilding out with the goddamn teachers, bro. Crazy shit.
I was giving the teacher a pack of Newport Hunnets for 100 perm roller sets. How wild do you think this shit was?
Have them
This shit
check
was
them
wild.
off. Yeah, I know.
People, they
That's
come
crazy.
in, hey, we're gonna start class. Everybody be outside smoking.
Yeah, that's
Look at
crazy,
me.
man. I feel like all the schools are like that too. I feel like that's sad.
Because they only want your money.
That's
To
really
be
it.
honest, a lot of the things you learn are in the barbershop.
I feel like everything you learn is in
A
the
lot of
barbershop.
people think, my bad for cutting you off.
No, you good.
A lot of people think that coming out the barbershop, you go open up your own, suite or, open up your own business without
Yeah.
realizing that you could have took that time to learn
Yeah.
from others, just, how you're explaining. Like,
I blame the school 100% on that,
That's a
bro,
gem.
because you got to look at the teachers, right? The teachers never made it in a successful, they never took their career to be successful like that, right? Because if they were, they wouldn't be back doing that,
Right.
Because they're getting paid peanuts, bro,
yeah. A wage.
hourly. So what can you learn from these teachers? And it's sad to say, but that's the reason why they're working at the school. You know what I'm saying? And they're getting paid by the hour, but their knowledge is not all there.
Right.
It's not.
You know, they can't bring up a barber to today's standards. You know, they could teach them the basic and slightly.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I feel like that's sad because these schools hype you up. They pump these
they do,
barbers
they do.
up
Oh, before
and
you
they get them to think that, you know, they're the hottest thing coming into the real world. And once they get into that barbershop, they see how it really is. And it's like,
It's a whole different game.
it's a whole different game.
What they do initially, because I can remember when I went to barber school when I was about 17. I can remember that when I went to barber school, and I had to go to barber school, I already knew how to cut. But I can remember them saying to you, you know, making you feel like you was gonna learn so much there, right? Making you feel like you was gonna, you know, it was gonna be money well spent. I didn't learn damn near anything there. I did learn how to scissor cut, but as far as clipper fading, they didn't even really teach that. After the fact, they kind of throw you to the wolves. You know what I'm saying? They put a little poster on the little barbershop. A little board. That's all they do for you, and they want $15,000 from you.
And you know what they tell these people, bro? They tell these students that they're their own boss. They continue to preach that. I know a lot of barbers have their own theory on that. But when you tell a student that and you throw them to the wolves, they don't have that level of respect to follow the rules in an actual barbershop. Right. They go in there thinking that they could legit do whatever they want to do. Come in at the time that they want to. They're setting them up for failure. Because it's not necessarily that you have a boss, but it's like when you rent a house, right? You're renting a house, but the landlord has requirements. You have to keep up with it. They may not allow you to have pets. You know what I'm saying? You got to keep up with the grass. Same shit at the barbershop.
Right.
You know, if you're not being responsible enough, following the regulations and the rules that this shop is, you know, requiring, bro. I mean, what are you really doing? You know, you're setting these kids up for failure. They're gonna fuck up, and a lot of them quit. Yeah. They'll be barbers for 6 months and be like, "Oh, this shit ain't for me."
They banking on that though. They're banking on that, and it goes back to the you know, how much is someone gonna care when they're getting paid $10.50 an hour?
Nobody's gonna care.
They're not.
I think the sad part is that they're not telling them the truth.
They're not giving them the real truth. World insight.
When you start, you gotta put in that time. And, you know, you're gonna leave early on Tuesday, snack off on Wednesday. You're never gonna build like that.
Believe it or not, I've met a couple of dudes where they came out of barber school and they looked for help, asked for help, and this is where a strong team should come in. But I've seen a lot of them fail because nobody wanted to go out their way to help these guys.
Yeah. So that goes down to the barbershop that you choose to be in, right?
How do you find a good barbershop though, as a new guy coming out of school?
So I remember me, right? I remember going. Well, when I first got out, I went straight to Ellie's barbershop. I went straight there because I knew him personally. You know, he was the neighborhood barber. Everybody in our neighborhood went to him. I was like, okay, let me go check him out. I was like, I'm comfortable with him. I know who he is. You know, I could probably learn from him when I went there. For me, it was not what I was expecting, you know. But after that, I started kind of like, I was like, okay, this didn't work out. Next time, I need to just sit down and really like look at what the options, you know, or what I have. And when I was going around looking for places, the one place I kind of like looked away quick. I didn't even think about even like putting them on my dashboard. I don't really want to say the barbershop out there, but
yeah, you know,
I respect
it's
that.
this barbershop out there in 60 somewhere.
Yeah. We definitely thought about that, man. We're not trying to
plenty of them out there, but
yeah, so we respect that. But yeah, go ahead.
But if the shoe fits, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But he was like, hey man, like you want to work? I was like, yeah, man, I'm looking for a shop, man. I'm trying to see what's up. He was like, yeah, man, I got a chair, man. You know, I'm losing money here. He's like, I'm trying to rent that chair quick. Cool. I was like,
those are all red flags.
Yeah, that's a red flag.
Yeah. So I'm already reading this dude, right? So I'm like, okay, cool. I was like, no problem. I was like, so what's your booth rent? How do you guys do things around here? This and that, right? He was like, well, you know, pretty simple. You know, you pay me this and that. we're fully booked here. And keep in mind, I came in like on a I don't know if it was a Friday. I'm pretty sure it was a Friday, and the shop was kind of dead. You know, he's telling me they're fully booked, right?
And they got barbers sitting down
They
looking
got
at each
barbers
other.
sitting down, and then one of the barbers kind of interrupted our conversation. He was like, "Bro, I promise you're not gonna regret it." I'm like, another red flag. You know what I'm saying? Like,
They
like,
trying to sell it to you.
yeah, they're trying to like get me in there as soon as possible, you know. And one thing, and what did it for me was when I said, "Yeah, man, I got another interview with another shop down the street. If it doesn't work out with them, I'll definitely come talk to you." He said, "Yo, man, that chair ain't gonna be waiting for you all day, man." Like I was like,
That's so corny, bro.
and I was like, "Hey, if somebody else takes it, man, more respect to him, bro."
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
was like, but I'm not gonna sit here and put myself in a position where I'm gonna regret later on.
But people be trying to do that, put pressure on you. A lot of barbershop owners do that because they're not really concerned if you're making money.
Right.
They're more concerned if they're making money.
Right.
And that just doesn't work for me. That's not a environment that I
No,
want to
no,
be in.
100%.
That to me, I mean, I feel like that shit's killing the industry, bro.
Oh, 100%, man.
I feel like shops like that, bro, they're literally bait stealers,
And
right? Because they're not really retaining clientele.
No.
That's why they're unsuccessful. So I just feel like they're just robbing from everybody else who's really trying to do something and really trying to improve the industry, right?
Right.
we're so busy fighting each other, right? With this, that, and the other. Barbershop owners doing exactly what Kenny said. This is why Fantastic Sam's,
Right.
Supercuts,
Yep.
these are franchised establishments because of the structure that they bring.
Right.
That's why they're nationwide, because we're too busy trying to just make money and not trying to expand and understand we're in a business. We don't need to be fighting with each other. We can all get the money together. And unfortunately, you know, these Fantastic Sam's, Supercuts, these companies are in business for a reason because they're making money,
Because they're always available.
right?
Right.
And a lot of people see that, right? So, and this is throwing a little bit of education for those busy barbershops. Don't ever turn down walk-ins.
Right.
Don't ever think that you're too good to say, I'm gonna close the door on the walk-ins. We're doing appointment only. That may work for a studio, but if you own a barbershop and you're always trying to keep that flow, which you should, because barbers come and they leave. It's a revolving door. That's just how the business is.
Right.
So you have to take in consideration, how am I going to be able to retain the most barbers I can? It's by keeping the walk-in flow healthy, right?
Traffic.
Always being available. If you're not available, they're going to stop coming eventually.
Right.
And that becomes a bad name for you. And, eventually in the city, bro, they're never going to want to go to you. You're going to have bad reviews. And a lot of people I feel like a lot of business owners are blind to that. And I don't see how they don't see that, bro. It's nuts to me. It's crazy. Sometimes you'll walk into a shop, be 10 barbers, and they'll all say they have appointments.
Right.
6 of them will be sitting down. 6 of them sitting down on their phone. A client walks in, they're not thinking you have somebody come in the next 3 minutes. They're not thinking that. Right. So I always tell my barbers in here, bro, if you got 15 minutes to spare, you got to grab that walk-in. You have to, because I'm not going to have a walk-in, sign in the list, sit down, and watch 6 barbers sitting on their ass waiting for an appointment. You know how bad that looks?
Right.
That is the most disrespectful and unprofessional thing anybody could ever do in a barbershop. You feel me on that?
Yeah. Right.
If your appointment is 5 minutes away, right? If you're the type of barber that is consistently on point and you've earned that ability to be like, nah, he's on point. Like, oh, he says 5 minutes, it's 5 minutes. It's not, oh, it's 5 minutes, and then it's 45 minutes later, and you're still not cutting.
Right.
Right? There's a really fine line. I think a lot of barbers will see another barber do that, and they'll be like, oh, he's doing it, so I can do it. And that's just the wrong mentality to have, because you're just cutting yourself short. At really, bottom line, you're just cutting yourself short.
Barbers need to stop trying to mimic other barbers. You know what I'm saying? Every barber's on a different level, skill-wise and clientele-wise. So I see a lot of student barbers coming out of school and starting their career, starting off in a barber shop, and they'll start at a good one where they see most of the barbers working by appointment only. But they're blind to the fact that they've been doing this for 15 plus years.
Right.
So they think that they could right away start doing appointments. I feel like when you're a new barber, you should stay far away from that, right? Because you're trying to cut the most you can, the most walk-ins you can, until you reach a level to you have 5 people coming in every day at the same time waiting on you. I feel like that's the ultimate sign for you to be like, okay, you know what? I need to start organizing my schedule. Let me start doing appointments.
Right. Right.
And that's how you better yourself. And that's how you do it responsibly and professionally, right?
Thanks.
Don't feel like you have to jump levels, because you don't.
Right.
This is building. We're building in this career, you know?
Yeah, you got to put in that work, man. The consistency, the build up ain't gonna happen in just one day.
Did you learn that from the beginning?
What?
Being consistent.
I ain't gonna lie to you. Like I said, when I worked at Ellie's barbershop, you know, I had to teach myself a lot working there.
On your own, just shit that you noticed that they were doing, that you were doing, and shit that you shouldn't do that they were doing.
When I started working there, it was just me and Ellie. We had another dude named David, but he ended up leaving. But I was like, okay, you know what? This is what I want to do. You know, I don't want to go back to construction. You know, I gotta put in that work. So I was literally there, open to close every single day. And what happened was that sometimes we're going to get like 1 or 2 walk-ins a week.
One or two walk-ins a week?
A week, man. And I kid you not, bro. When I hear people saying, yo, it's slow today, I was like, yo, you don't know what slow is, man.
Yeah. Facts.
I kid you not, man.
100%, bro.
And it was a struggle, man. Like I used to kind of like argue with Elliot a couple times. Yo, man, you got to be positive, man. Put in that time, be consistent, this and that. And it got to the point where I started touching money from my savings, you know, and I was like, yo, I gotta go, man. And I had a conversation with him. At the time, my brother was, about to graduate too, and he was like, yo, when Macho come down here, it's gonna be me, you, and Macho. And I was like, yo, I'm gonna keep it real with you. I told Macho not to come down here. I said, yo, it was
There's no money.
It was around the time Julian was just born, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, his son was just born. And I was like, yo, man, Macho.
He didn't want to risk, especially having a newborn, me being the provider in my household, me going there and then, me struggling like
setting you up for failure. Yeah.
I was like, yo, man, if I'm struggling, bro, I could just imagine my brother with a newborn. I was like, nah, I'm gonna keep it real with you, bro. I told him not to come down here, man.
Yeah.
He was like, oh, you did what? Yeah, I told him, don't come down here, bro. I was like, I'm over here struggling, bro. You definitely gonna struggle.
Y'all both gonna struggle even worse.
Yeah, 100%.
Because now both of y'all trying to get the walk-ins.
Now there's one walk-in.
Now there's one, because there's 2 nigga. Both of y'all get one walk-in each, nigga. But God damn, that's fucking insane, bro. But that's so realistic, man.
I'm gonna tell you why though his shop was like this, man. Because it wasn't even like it was like the whole old school kind of like mentality this guy had.
And what's that exactly?
Like, man, when I kid you not, man, I used to sit there and brainstorm, bro. Like, what can I do to bring in clients? Like, I started, bro. When I could tell you, I like mastered marketing, bro. I just sitting there, bro. I was on Facebook, Google, bro.
Yeah,
I had opened up my own Yelp account, bro.
Yeah. You started the hard way.
I was like, I have to figure out something, man. I bought a bunch of like business cards. He didn't provide those to me,
Yeah, most barbershops don't. Yeah. They don't. It's like, because at the end of the day, you're subcontractors,
right?
But you got to be careful with the shop that you go to, bro, because the owner always has a responsibility to keep that traffic flowing.
Right.
His responsibility, bro, is to hire barbers, but also make it sustainable for them.
Right.
It's not like, oh yeah, rent this chair, you're at your own risk, nigga. Don't ask me for nothing. What the fuck are we talking about here?
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Do they want to make money or not?
Right,
the barbers have to make money first before you make your money.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, one can't happen without the other.
It can. It's a mutual thing, bro.
And I remember the conversation I used to have with my mom. My mom, how's it going over there? I'm struggling. She's like, what? I was like, I'm broke. And she was like, what do you mean? Like, I'm broke. Like, I have no clientele. Like, I am struggling.
You know what's crazy about that time? I was still working construction and going to school at the same time. Sway even offered to cut my grass and pay him,
Bro, I was
so he could make a couple extra bucks.
Damn, bro, that's a struggle, bro.
I was doing like side construction jobs and stuff too, man. I was trying
That's
to do
tough.
what I can, man. I was going through my neighborhood with the lawnmower, man.
Yeah, damn.
Trying to make that money, man.
Yeah, you got to do what you can. Yeah.
Yeah, that's just that. See that. I wish everybody had that kind of hustle. Like no matter which way it's coming, I'm gonna get it.
Just so y'all know, bro, most people
Pause.
give up.
Yeah, right.
With your experience, bro, they wouldn't be
A
barbers
lot
right
of people
now.
would have gave up.
Most people do give up. I see it all the time, bro. All the time. Throughout my whole career, I've seen it my whole time. People will give 3 months if they're not making bread because they judge their situation with the barbers that are there.
Right.
They want to come in and they want to be, already the big dude. They don't understand what the struggle is,
One thing they don't understand is that every single barber that's in that barbershop or any barbershop around went through that struggle in the
Pay the
beginning.
price, yeah.
Maybe not as bad as Sway's because there is some barbers where the owner knows how to function and how to bring in clientele. So that way you can build a good clientele or system. Also following. You got to be consistent with it.
Absolutely, 100%. I'm glad that you said that, bro, because that's just the fact, bro. You got two different barbershops, bro. You got ones that don't care about you,
Yep.
and then you got others that do, and they advertise their shops, and there is a walk-in flow, and that's a great opportunity for you when you're starting. But how are you going to take advantage of that opportunity?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Are you really going to come in at the hours of the door? Some barbershops make you, some don't. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, it's all on you. What are you going to do for you? How committed are you? How disciplined are you?
Right.
How much do you want it? See what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah, I remember this one time, because I own an Acura RSX, right? And I was in this RSX group right in Facebook. You know how they be having little Facebook groups.
Yeah, like a car club.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you can't try to sell anything on there, right? They kick you out. They kicked me out though because I was like on some desperate mode, man.
Who needs a haircut?
I posted up one of my cleanest face, man. I was like, "Yo, man, I'm a barber out here, bro. I'm willing to cut you up."
They kicked you out for that?
Yeah, they kicked me out.
That's corny as fuck.
Yeah. But
Why would you do that?
it was worth it though, because I got like 3 clients off of that post, man.
They seen it real
They
quick.
were like, "Yo, where you at, bro?" I was like, "Yo, I'm hidden, bro, but I'm here."
yeah.
You know?
But that's the way you gotta get it. Sometimes you gotta get it that way.
You definitely got to go out your way.
Right.
Definitely, whether it's handing out cars, whether it's conversating with people. Like I've had random conversations at a Publix, and just because they see me with a shirt or
They'll ask you.
yeah, they'll ask me where I work at. They're looking for somebody, or they see me with my haircut, or they'll see a color on me, and they'll ask me, "Oh, where can I get that done?"
Yep. You're a walking billboard, just like your
Right,
clients. You know what I'm saying? Whenever I started and I was building up clientele, I always gave 3-4 cards to my clients because they're a walking billboard. If anybody asks you who cut your hair, let them know that I did it. Give them a card. Here's for
right.
boom.
And don't get me wrong though, like I got some clients that they be having their own businesses, and I'm like, every sometime they're like, "Yo, I saw my own business. Yo, let me get a card, man."
You got to support them
It's
the same way they
support.
support you.
It's just like a
You gotta support local business.
100%.
A lot of people, it's an advantage for you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If you're helping other people grow, they're gonna help you grow.
They're gonna help you out.
You know what I'm saying? I feel like there's people, bro, there's even clients, bro. They feel like they have to be selfish with their barbers.
Right.
They feel like you're the only barber that could lace them up, and anybody asks them, "Oh yeah, this nigga over there did it." You know what I'm saying? That I feel like that's the most craziest shit. Bro.
I ain't
But
gonna lie, that's
it's so realistic, though. You know what I'm saying? Like there's actual people that are like that. They don't want niggas to get a fresh ass cut like how they got.
Right.
Corny.
Clients will be walking in. They're like, I say, "How you doing today?" You know, that's all I say.
They're
I
just
got an
point-
appointment. I'm like, I just said hi.
Yeah.
All I said was hi to you.
Hey, Sway, tell them about that one time with
Oh,
yeah, you
bro.
know what I'm talking about.
This is back when we were in Sixth Element, man. Shout out Jesse Lehman, man.
Shout out Jesse Lehman. That's my
Yeah.
dog.
This one time, bro, they had, I don't know what it was, but like I said, I had to teach myself a lot of things, right? One thing I had to teach myself and get in a good habit of greeting people whenever they walked in the door,
It's important, bro.
right? So I don't know what it was, bro, but like everybody at the shop, whenever I started Jesse's shop, right? Everybody at the shop, bro, like there was only like two of them that were pretty good at greeting people. Everybody else had like, I don't know if they had their headphones on or like they were like on mute mode, bro. Somebody would walk in and they trained literally all their clients to just point at their barber when they walk in.
Yeah.
And then one time a guy walked in, right? He was going to my boy Nick, right? It was Nick's client. And shout out, what's his name? Nick Cuts? No, Mr. Nicholas. There you go.
Yeah, Mr. Nicholas.
But he was going to Nick, right, to get a haircut. I was like, hey, how you doing, bro? It was him and his son, right? He literally looked at me and just pointed at his barber. I was like, all right, cool.
That's cheesy.
I was like, right, cool. He came back to me, right? This is the funny part, though. He came back to me, yo, can one of y'all take care of my son? I looked at him and I pointed at his barber.
Yeah.
And the funny thing is that he actually turned around.
I'm like,
Yo, that's slick. I like that shit though. Yo, but I mean, shit, bro. I feel like that's kind of disrespectful, bro. What the
no, it is,
fuck?
100%. I'm just greeting you, man. I'm not asking you, yo, are you here for somebody? I'm like,
Yeah.
hey, how you doing, bro?
You're welcoming them, bro.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's
that's what you look for, right? Would you prefer people not to even acknowledge you?
Yeah.
If I'm a client, bro, I want to walk in. I want to be acknowledged.
Right, 100%.
You know what I'm saying?
That's what I would think, at least.
That's insane, bro. I mean, but we're in that profession, bro. We have to deal with people that are like that. You know what I'm saying? There's people that have absolutely no morals at all. Don't give a shit.
They don't.
They'll walk in, they'll try to walk in through the back door if I let them. You know what I'm saying? Because there's just people that don't give a fuck, bro. They don't think, man. And we're in that profession, bro. We have to know how to handle it.
Right.
The right way.
Yeah, that's true.
So what was the first shop that you worked at, Macho?
Well, before I would even look at Ellie's barbershop, my brother told me that he actually got an interview with Golden Phase. And he said the environment was great. It looked pretty busy. So he said before, at the time where he worked at Sixth Element, it was they already had a full shop.
He was already at Sixth Element when you went to Golden Phase?
Yeah.
I took the last chair.
So it was already a full shop. And
How many chairs they got there?
Yeah, they have 14.
14?
Yeah, they still have 14 right now, yep.
so clearly I couldn't go over there and check them out. So the next place he told me that was a pretty good spot was to check that spot out. So I went there and got interviewed and they hired me. It was a pretty dope shop. It was pretty busy. But again, like the barbers were there just to make their money and then, go home.
Yeah.
Us, around that time, that it was when we first went to our first competition. We didn't compete that time, but I wanted that. I found that dope. I found the Instagram barbers, the educators. Shout out to everybody who educates.
Yeah,
Shout out to everybody
inspirational.
who pushes on Instagram and shows a lot of dope content.
100%.
But I wanted that for myself. I was like, yo, again, I'm very artistic. So, what a lot of artistic people do is they try to perfect something. They try to perfect the creative side of something. And I feel like, cutting hair is creative, bro. Like, the neatness.
It's an art.
The neatness,
100%.
the blurriness, the line work, the sharpness, even with beards, bro. The shape of the beard, the blend of the beard, the mustache. Like
all
that.
the details matter, man, especially in today's day, the trends. Like everybody already has a high expectation in what they want, right? As far as a haircut.
Facts.
But not every barber could provide that. It takes a certain skill level. And you definitely got that shit, bro. I seen your work, bro. Your work is insane, bro. I'm gonna have my cousin, bro, put your work on it while we're doing this podcast. He's gonna definitely edit it in. Because I want everybody to see what you do, bro. You know what I'm saying? You'll be doing some fucking crazy shit. You and your brother, bro. There's a reason why they call y'all the Barber Twins, bro. And there's a reason why y'all making dumb noise in the city. So Yeah, bro. I've seen your work, bro. Shit's insane. You're definitely an artist. 100%, bro.
So, what do y'all think the keys to a good barbershop is? Like, what's if you're a new barber, like, what is the keys to finding a good one? Because I know a lot of new barbers are gonna watch this, and it's gonna be
Yeah. With your experience now, what would you look for now to be able to help a new graduate, look for the barbershop that would actually, bring them to life.
Right. I think first of all, as a new barber, when you go into a barbershop, if you feel like you're not there skill wise, be honest with the owner. You know what I'm saying? Like, because somebody can't help you if they don't know if you need the help. You know what I'm saying? Like, whenever I first started, I was like, hey man, like, I cut hair, bro. I think I cut pretty good, but I struggle more on like the coarse curly hair, you know? And they were like, nah, yeah, I got you, bro. I'll teach you this and that, da, da, da. And
You know, they might even tell you to come in a few days before you start working there, so they go kind of prep you for it. Not everybody is like this, but this
Yeah.
again, this is the little things that you look for.
That's why I like to do demos.
right.
Whenever I hire a barber, I want to see where you're at.
Right.
Because
You got to,
bro, I've been
100%.
doing this for 15 plus years as a shop owner. So I've had a lot of barbers, bro, and they'll fake the funk.
Yeah.
They'll say that they could do all kinds of shit, and when I start them, they don't know how to do nothing. And I learned that early. That's why now I'll give them a demo.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They'll have to come in, use shears, know how to do a ball fade, know how to use a razor, and I get to see where his skills are at, how his timing is. You know what I'm saying? Because and how do you work under pressure?
Right. No, that's
You
true.
feel me?
Yeah.
Because this is a big shop, so a lot of people will be intimidated when they come in, and they won't know how to really perform.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that could be something that hurts you too.
Not just that, but if you got 5 people just staring at you, you know, that's
nerve-wracking.
also another type of pressure.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure the clients could feel that confidence, you know,
Right.
and they can feel whenever you don't have
Absolutely.
that. You know, you sweating, you dripping, wiping your forehead. You're like, yo,
Shaking.
how am I gonna get to the line now? You know what I'm saying?
Yo, I've had barbers come in here doing demos, and they'll literally be sweating just like how you say, bro, holding the clippers and just fucking, god damn. And I'll see them do that, and I'm glad that they will bring their own demo,
right,
nigga. Because if not, if it was like a walk-in, which I would never do, but it's like, bro, you gotta stop, chill, breathe. You know what I'm saying? This is just another haircut. You know?
Right. But back to what Rory said, I think you need to look for a shop that has, for one, a pretty decent walk-in traffic, you know, and also look for a shop that's willing to kind of help you, you know, like help you kind of sharpen your skills, you know, like people that are more involved and are willing to kind of give you that extra little details to kind of sharpen your skills. Like, I remember whenever I first started working at Jesse's shop, even though I knew how to cut, I still sat there and asked everybody in the shop, hey, can I shadow you? You know? And everybody was cool. Everybody was like, yeah.
They were humble.
They were humble, mad humble, man. And
That's important.
And this was like, I want to call this the OGs though, because this was before all the OGs started leaving though. This is when he had most of the barbers that were fully booked. You know, and then everybody was just grinding, and I was just like, yo, how you just faded that out like so quick, man. And they'll told me their system. I'll go and try to run it, man, try to practice it.
So when you started there, you wasn't really up to par then.
No, I was.
You was?
Yeah, I knew I was though, but I didn't think I was. But it was crazy though, because like I was like, whenever I left Ellie's, right? My older brother told me about Six Element, right? And I was like, he was like, yo, everybody in there raw. They be competing. There's my boy Adrian, shout out Adrian Lima, you know, he be competing. I know you guys like the drawing stuff. Y'all can learn mad stuff from them. But Adrian was working there whenever I started working there. But whenever I pulled up there, I was like, at first I was like, this is a big shop.
Yeah.
14 barbers, and I was like, and I was over here working with just one guy. I was like,
Yeah,
not threw
real
me in
small
here
shop.
with the sharks.
Yeah.
You know, at first
Yeah.
I was like, this is a lot of pressure for me.
It's a lot of pressure. Absolutely. 100%, bro. It's a different level.
Different, right?
Even for an experienced barber, when you're not used to working in front of a crowd, that's what makes, battling. And we'll get into that topic in a minute, but that's what, if you're not used to all eyes on you, you're going to feel it in your service,
Right,
and
right.
your performance and what you're giving, is definitely intimidating.
So I knew I was there too, skill wise. Whenever I went there and I started cutting, right, I'm over here. I already knew I could feel the eyeballs, man. You know, you that new barber, you know they looking at you. You know what I'm saying? I'm over here cutting. I'm over here trying to do the best fade I can, right? Whenever I think it was like 3 days passed by, there was some of the bar was chilling outside. I went outside just to socialize with them. Yo, you raw as fuck. That's what they told me. I was like,
That's awesome.
for real? He was like, nah, bro. I was gonna ask you, yo, man, how you did that? But I was over there doing designs and stuff too at the same time, you know.
You was killing it. That's what's up.
And I didn't realize where I was because the first shop I worked at was just one guy.
Yeah.
You know, there was nobody else to compare to.
I feel like you got lucky with that too, bro, because there's a lot of shops, bro, they will never compliment you like that.
Right.
No,
You know
yeah.
what I'm saying? They're so prideful that they won't even acknowledge it. They're looking, they're watching, but they'll act like they're not. You know, and I feel like in a team, bro, that's so important. That's why choosing a barbershop
Right,
is
no,
it's
it's
so
important.
it's important.
There's a lot of cats that want you to do good, but not better than them. And that is not the right mindset.
It's not, absolutely not. You got to be humble. You know,
100%.
you gotta walk with your head down. You know, there's always something to learn. There's always going to be someone better than you. But
But
does that really
what they
kill
don't
you?
understand is if your brother next to you improves, eventually, like working next to him is that hunger, that grind that he got, that's making him better is good. You're gonna feed off that.
It should motivate you.
Yeah, always, bro.
Yeah. And he should be a motivator too, and that's why, if you ask for help in your shop, man, I mean, your barber should be humble enough to want to help,
Right.
and want to teach you, things that you don't know and try to improve you, because iron sharpens iron.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I feel like if it's not a mutual thing in the barber shop, I mean, eventually it's a cancer,
Right.
because I feel like when there is barbers like that, it's more of like a battle between barbers who could be better than the other barber, and I feel like that's a cancer, bro. You can't have that. Be better, yeah. Everybody wants to be better, but don't make it a prideful thing.
Yeah. Right.
Don't hate on no, especially your teammates.
Yeah, that's where a lot of the hate comes in. Hello, haters.
Shout out to the haters, yo. Haters are the motivators, 100%.
But nah, but
Did y'all experience that in the barbershop?
oh man, you already know us.
Levels of hate, really?
Bro.
The thing is that not just the fact that we're twins, we cut, fairly decent. I think it's just
And
we
you
stand
saying that
out.
humbly, bro, because you fucking raw. And that's
We-
not me swinging, nigga. That's because you're legit.
appreciate it, boss. No, I think that's what gets them irritated is that we already stand out. We already stand out because we already have a brand. A brand, which
Yeah, you have a built-in, brand because you guys are twins.
Yeah.
Built in.
Everybody knows y'all as the Barber twins.
Bro, I can't.
That's how I referred to y'all. You know what I'm saying? And I knew y'all, and it was crazy, bro. I feel like it was genuine when I actually met y'all in person. Because I felt like I was able to show love to y'all and receive that same love back. You know what I'm saying? Because I followed y'all. Y'all didn't even know me from a hole in the wall. Or maybe you did. Maybe you did know me off of social media. But when I met you, I was like, yeah, these people, these twins got it going on. They're doing their thing. They're really, they're representing the city. And I had to show love to y'all. That's why I went up to y'all and I was able to meet you guys for the first time. And you guys were like super genuine with me. And I really appreciate that a lot, man.
No, I appreciate it.
It shows
man.
class.
No, trust me, we felt the love, man. Like it was there for sure.
So what got y'all into the battling then? Like, we all worked at different shops. Did y'all work at the same shop?
Y'all started battling at 6 Element?
Yeah, I started battling at 6 million. I think we both did, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, right. Yeah, we both started battling at Six Element. I remember people used to show me like the haircuts that Adrian used to do and the battles he used to do. We also had another barber there. His name was Glenn. Shout out Glenn. He competed in like exotic cuts and stuff, whatever, And I was like, wow, he did like a whole Venom to do his hair. I was like, that's dope, man. Like,
What do you mean by that though? Battling exotic cuts. What is that
like
exactly?
I think it was like exotics. That's what they.
Like something.
Oh, because they
different.
had a product brand called Exotic.
Yeah,
But there was a certain time of the year where they hosted a battle.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Where-
That was years ago. They still do that?
I'm not too sure.
Not sure.
I haven't heard of Exotics in a minute. I know Jesse was pushing that hard.
I know. Adrian still uses the brand, but I don't know if they're doing events.
It was with that barber. I forget his name. P did his barber or something like that.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. But yeah. Whenever I seen them competing, and then we went, there was this competition down in Orlando, right, where my boy Tito competed. Shout out Tito Cuts from Six Element, right. We wanted to join, but we couldn't find a model at all. Nobody wanted to go to Orlando, man. I'm talking about I was in Orlando calling people, yo, man, pull up, bro. I know you in Orlando. Yeah. Hold on, let me ask my mom. No, nobody came.
Nobody
through,
wanted to come through.
right? So he luckily Tito took his model with him, and he competed in the fast fade competition, at Celebrity Barber Studio. Shout out Edwin. He did the fast fades, and I kid you not, man. Before he started competing, because I already knew how Tito cuts. Tito in Six Element, he was known as the slowest barber, competing at a fast fade competition, bro. And when I tell you this man did his shit, bro, he did his shit, bro.
Yeah.
Like, he put in that work, bro.
He's considered a slow barber because not because he's just slow, but because the attention of detail this man does. He's actually an educator as well.
That's what's up. Damn. That's really good to know, man. It'd be nice to have him on the show, man. Really get his shit going too. That's dope. So how fast do you need to be when you do a competition like that? What is it that they look for?
It was 15 minutes fast fade, like the best fade you could do in 15
Within
minutes.
15 minutes? But how long did it take him to do it?
He did it, I think, in the 15 minutes. Because
It's not bad.
He was trying to do it under 10 minutes, and I remember he was asking Jesse Lima for some advice. Yo, what if I do in 10 minutes? Jesse looked at him and said, yo, take the 15 minutes, man. He was like, they don't give you extra points for finishing in 10 minutes. He was like, take the 15 minutes, make sure it's the cleanest fade you can give, man. And he did. And I remember whenever they said clippers up, right? Everybody had their clippers up, ready to start cutting, right? This man had a pair of scissors on his hands, man.
Damn, in the fastest fade?
And the
Scissors?
fastest
started off
fade,
with a
man.
scissor.
And
Wow.
I was like, what is he doing, bro?
Really?
That's kind of smart.
Holy
right?
shit.
As soon
Especially
as-
if you're doing scissors on top.
As soon as they said, yo,
But usually fastest fade is like short on top, no? It's like
Yeah,
a two
he
on
did
top.
scissors on the
yeah,
top.
I'm talking about, he did like, dude had long hair on top, man. He did it, man.
And he killed it with the scissors and ball fade.
In ball
Not
fade,
just
bro.
that, he added a design to it as well.
In
But do you
15
get
minutes.
points of that?
So,
Whenever you're in a fast fade competition?
I don't know how they judged it. I know he got third place, man. And when I tell you, he was kind of excited by it.
We were all excited. We were hyped. We were probably the loudest people in that room.
When I tell
That's
you,
awesome.
man, they hurt.
Yeah,
us,
everybody
bro.
was looking at his haircut because of how loud we were. We were like, bro, this is you, bro. You got this.
That's your team, nigga.
We were there. We were definitely there, man, for him, man.
That's
And-
what's up.
But whenever he got third place, bro, he was lit about it, man. But I wasn't too excited about it, man. I think he was low key robbed by it, man, because this man did a blurry fade, scissors on top with a design. Everybody else had like a
Yeah, they had like a number 3 on the
three
top with a high fade.
high ball fade, and everybody that cuts hair knows a high ball fade is like the quickest fade you can give.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? This man did like a drop fade, man, with a design with scissors.
Clean.
Yeah, that
Do you feel like politics had a role in that?
I don't know. They whenever we asked about the judging, they deducted points even before he even started. They were talking about how his station wasn't clean, his clippers or
Not
whatever
clean.
was
It was unorganized.
unorganized, yeah. And how he was wearing shorts and then
Which
it took
which
points.
in his
So
defense,
outfits mattered in this competition.
That's from what they said. But I'm pretty sure whenever he read the rules, it just said freshest fade under 15 minutes. It didn't say freshest fades with best pants you can wear. You know
I
what I'm
think
saying?
that's so cheesy, man. These barber battles, like I get it. Have a category for like best costume or crazy, freestyle.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But if you're judging that like off of everybody, I think that's kind of corny because you're taking away from the talent.
The talent, yep. Oh,
You know?
from what is barbering. You know, with the haircuts, the line work, the sharpness. You know, I get the organization.
Yeah,
You
they're
know,
trying to
but-
bring something new. That's what it is, and I get it. But damn, bro, at the end of the day, bro, it's about the talent, right? It's about
is,
your
100%.
skill level, you know?
But that's why I kind of give respect to what's the other competition we competing on?
Barber versus TV.
Barber versus TV, right? I kind of give them I give them respect for it.
Was that the one that y'all went matching?
Yeah, we
That
had
was? I seen that shit. That shit was hard,
yeah
bro.
we were like because since he's left-handed and I'm right-handed, we had like dyed like I dyed my right side, he dyed his left side red, and I dyed mine's red. And then we had like opposite like contacts on. Like we definitely went all out on that.
I seen that shit. That shit was dope, bro. Y'all killed that shit. Did y'all win that? Y'all got first place on that?
No, we didn't get first place, man. My boy Naser Cuts got it, man. Shout out Nased, bro. That dude's a beast, though, man.
Yeah. That's what's up.
Like me, Margasa, he's from Honduras too, man.
Yeah? Oh shit. That's what's up. That's what's up. Representing. What y'all play? Did y'all place in that one?
Well,
No.
that one that was only one winner. There was no
Just
second.
winner take all type shit?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was winner.
I mean, we kind of knew that we wasn't gonna win. Like this is something everybody should kind of know and understand that not every competition you're gonna win, and not every competition you're gonna be fully prepared for.
Yeah.
You know, and I didn't have a model. I literally had to ask my nephew for a favor to pop out. So just for me to pop my face out. You know, I knew off rip he didn't want no dye in his hair, no color. You know, I knew off rip everybody else was gonna have that, and that alone makes your haircut stand out. You know, as far as the design as well, he didn't want nothing crazy.
No. Shout out Eddie too. He's talking about my nephew. He even got yelled at for going out there, man. And he pulled up though. And respect to any mod, like respect and like I want to give a big shout out to every model that actually pulls up for their barber.
Yeah.
Because like
It's important, man.
it's like
Yeah, you
it's
definitely go out
key.
the way.
It's
Shout
hard
out to
looking
my
for a
boy
model,
Zach.
man.
It's key. You never want to grab someone that you're not used to doing. I mean, even though other barbers, bro, they'll criticize you for that, bro. But if you're gonna go into a battle and compete in a certain category, you want it to be hair that you're familiar with, right? So you could give like your best, right? That's what the whole point is.
Yeah.
You want to give your best. You don't want to have a new head come in that you've never touched before, right? I feel like it's more challenging, and I feel like it's not the appropriate time,
Yeah.
right?
But as far as that about that battle, you know, us battling, not only did we show face, we kind of knew what, like after the whole battle, we kind of knew the passion and the creativeness that everybody else had, and we used that to kind of, okay, these guys are on another level. We obviously need to step up. You know, we obviously got to get on game. You know, I seen this one guy had like this pompadour. It looked like a rooster, bro. Super hard.
Yeah, I love that shit, bro.
Yo,
that's
the
hot.
beard, the
That's
way
hot.
he did the design on the beard, super. There was no way, like especially with the it's part of the game. Like looking for a model is part of the game.
Getting somebody to let you do that to them, you know what I'm saying? Like throw a whole design on your eyebrows,
But
on
even
the back of your neck.
even to do like a rainbow color in your hair, man. Imagine you're gonna have to go
that
to
takes
work
skill.
work the next day. You just because you supported your barber, you know, this is why I give them respect for it. You supported your barber, now you gotta go to work the next day with a rainbow hair.
It's true. It's true. You got to live it out after that.
You gotta sit there and grow it out. You know. What I'm
Yeah,
saying?
word. Yeah, word, bro. I respect that, bro. I feel you 100%, man. Shout out to all the clients that actually show love to your
Right,
barbers and do that, bro. It's a lot of sacrifice. Even with the fastest fade, usually these people don't even go with a goddamn 1 or a 2 on their head. You know what I'm saying? They're chopping it all off for you, supporting you. So that's dope, man. So how many awards do you guys have between the two?
Right now, let's see.
I want to say I have about three right now.
Okay.
Dope.
What was the first one? What competition was that? The very first competition that y'all won
Well, like us two, won the tag team.
No, our very first competition, we won, but we didn't receive a reward. This was at 6 Element.
Okay. And then what was the second one?
The second one, what was that?
Bro, it was like so many, bro.
Yeah, y'all just going all over the place.
You just gotta go out there and do it, man. Put in the work, man.
Yeah. At the end of the day, consistency in the barbershop translates to that, because when you sitting there on a Saturday and you 20 minutes behind, that environment really doesn't distract you because you're really just doing one haircut.
Right.
Right? You're doing one haircut, you're focusing in on it. You're not you got to be aware of the time, but you got to keep the people around you from distracting you. Right? And at these competitions, sometimes I feel conflicted with the two because I want it to be. I feel like cutting hair leads to so many different things: music,
Right.
fashion, right?
Right.
So fashion is one of the things that I feel when you're doing a competition, you don't want to show up in basketball shorts or cargo shorts, right? You don't want to show up to these competitions. You do want to show up to these competitions looking really presentable because if you don't, and impression is other people's impressions, at least especially the first impressions, is everything. Right. So if you show up to these competitions with somebody, not prepared, sometimes it's hard to be prepared. Just like you're saying, with finding a client that actually is gonna travel with you further than your city limit.
Right.
A lot of them don't do that. Luckily, I had a good one that took me, that went with me 3 hours out into Jacksonville last year.
Yeah.
Right, and I think that's where I first met y'all at, and that experience was good for me. But see, I already knew going into it, and I never even went to a barber battle before. But I knew from the very beginning, before I went, that this wasn't gonna just be about cutting hair, and so I had to go prepared. Right. I got to go prepared. I can't show up just, go look in my closet and see whatever I got in there and bring it out. You got to have the thought. You see the shirts that these guys are coming in with. The thought that they have.
I think the swag of the client matters too.
Right. I'm talking about the barber.
Yeah.
The thought that they're putting into just making their own shirts being
of
presentable.
course.
When they go, they're thinking beyond the haircut, which the haircut is going to be your finisher, right? That's the finisher, but you got to get in the door first, and that's when the presentation is going to let you get in the door, and then you'll be able to do whatever you need to do once the haircut is completed at these competitions.
How do you feel like with the politics and barber battles? Have you guys experienced like some unfair shit?
I did at that same competition you were talking about.
The expo.
The Jacksonville one with Nando. I don't think it was like I was rigged on the competition. I just think it was like unorganized,
Drink you on me soda.
Yeah.
But it was mad unorganized, I think I was scheduled to compete in freestyle at 6:00. And I don't know if you remember, the garage was right next to the building. They were like the same building. You know what I'm saying? So whenever I got there, I was like, you know what, man, I'm not gonna bring my bag down because we got there mad early. I was like, I'm gonna just go network, talk to mad people, and then by the time it hits 5:00 or whenever, what was it, low fade and beard?
The category before.
The category before was low fade and beard. whenever they start competing, I'm gonna go grab my bag, be prepared, and compete. Right.
You're planning it out the way
Yeah.
that is scheduled.
Right. So whenever I'm sitting there, where we're sitting there, the competition before freestyle and beard had finished, right? So I'm like, okay, freestyle and low fade and beard is about to come up. I'm about to go grab my bag, right? As soon as I'm like, I remember I seen Sam. Shout out Sam, the barber. She was sitting there waiting to compete with her model or whatever, right there.
Her competition already had ended, I think.
And she before they got in, right? What was the dude's name?
She was waiting for the low fade, but she didn't know that her category already had finished. I think she had to cut that person's hair, or they had to like do another round because there was a bunch of people that
It was like unorganized.
there was a bunch of people that got there at the exact time they were supposed to do the low fade. There was a bunch of them, so I think they had to do another after the freestyle. They had to do that again.
How did they do that though? Did they just add that category mixed in with another one?
I think what happened was they were 2 ahead of the schedule. So as soon as that, because in anything, like if you told me, yo, 6 o'clock we're doing this, I'm pulling up at like 5 o'clock. Okay, I'm be ready by 5:30. 6 o'clock we're gonna get started, right? Right, like in anything, right?
Right.
But if you telling me 6 o'clock we start, and I show up at 5 or 5:30, and you already started, I'm gonna be like, yo, you 2 way ahead of the schedule.
And it's not fair, bro. It's not fair because sometimes there's people that can't make it when it starts,
Right.
to be able to wait on that. So they make it according to the itinerary, right?
And imagine like
You gotta follow that.
here Tampa to Jacksonville, man, it's not like a smooth ride, man.
What is it, like 4 hours?
It's like 3.5, right?
It's 3.5 hours. So when you show up, I mean, you're trying to show up when your time is up.
Right,
You know what I'm
right,
saying?
right.
When you're about to go up, maybe an hour ahead. But when you get there and they say that your category is
Already went?
on,
Yeah.
bro, that's so unfair.
100%.
That's so unfair. Even if you're ahead of schedule, have a pause.
Right,
give people a chance to go around and look at products. Like they need to figure out a way to be able to, promote and host the event accordingly.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I feel like that's so. I feel like that's
I just
disrespectful as
think-
fuck.
I think-
Because you're paying for it.
Yeah,
at the end of the
it's
day.
not like it's
100%.
free. You're not going there just for $100. You gotta pay $100. You gotta pay the gas. You gotta pay the gas to come back. You gotta eat.
Most of the people are fucking staying the night, nigga. They're not just doing
You
that.
gotta pay the hotel. That's if you just come. I'm talking about just if you come on a Sunday.
But on top
know
of
what
that too, is like
That's
not only
crazy.
that, you have your model that you're taking, right?
Mm.
But nowadays when you're competing, now you have to buy freaking costumes.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
You're paying for your client.
Now you're buying costumes for your client just to
Yep.
set yourself up for failure.
Mm.
You know?
I'm actually extremely blessed to have my client. He bought himself his own,
Right.
clean fit, got it tailored.
Yeah, they went crazy. Y'all niggas went. That's where you got your name, Sachi.
Yeah,
These niggas Versace the shit out that
Yeah,
motherfucker.
yeah, bro. We went in that bitch clean. And
Not every client would do that. You're right,
no,
though.
yeah, exactly.
Y'all spent a bag on that one.
Yeah, we did. We're gonna do it again this year. You know what I'm saying?
Word.
We go out there whenever that is. I think that's the end of the month coming up.
So, yeah, so we got one. There's one in Jacksonville. It's the same event actually. Y'all going over there?
I think we might pull up, man. More prepared. I'm gonna be ready an hour before.
Yeah. I actually had the same experience when I was there. When I was going through, I almost had to run.
Yeah, to get your shit.
I had the bag on me. I had the bag on me. So, because
Luckily, you had a room though. If you was in Sway's position, bro,
Right. I worked all day Saturday, and then I went up there
the night before.
I went up there got there like 12:30 at night. Still stayed up, did my thing, woke up, remembered chilling, just like that, man. The event started. I was like, oh shit, it's about to happen.
I feel like even if you're there early, not everybody's just standing around looking at every battle that happens, right? a lot of people are you know, they're marketing, they're networking.
Networking,
You know what I'm saying? They're buying shit. They're chilling with their people. You know what I'm saying? Because they're following, like I said, their program.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So even people that are there a fucking night before is still unfair, you know, because you're catching all these people off guard. It's bogus.
I think these events are relatively new. You know, I know they've been going on for a long time, but as time goes on, I hope that these guys will develop the ability to get these more under control.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Run it right.
Yeah, and I feel confident in some of them to be able to do that.
Yeah. It's not just taking.
It's not easy.
It's not taking people's money, man. It's doing shit right and giving the people what they pay for, right? Because you want them to come back,
Right. So yeah, I remember I was sitting there watching Sam about to go up on stage, right? And out of nowhere, she's like, "Oh, we're not up next." And I hear what's the guy's name? Remember the dude on the mic, right? The host. He was like, "Oh,
Jay Majors.
Jay Majors." There you go. He was like, "Oh,
Jay Majors was there?
Jay Majors there." Yeah.
Yo, I gotta get Jay Majors on the fucking show, nigga. Yo, I'm gonna tag Jay Majors on this podcast, bro, because I really want him to show up, bro. Mad respect to him, bro. Mad love. And yeah, let's continue this shit, yo.
Yeah, right.
That's that nigga right there, boy.
He called in the freestyle, right? He was like, "Oh, freestyle is coming up next," and I was like, "Whoa!" It was like that's a whole hour early, right? And whenever I went to go grab my bag, because I had to run to the garage, man. When I came back, they were already 25 minutes into the battle, you know. So now I'm over here. Luckily, my brother was there. My brother was sitting there helping me out too, man, unpacking stuff, right? And we're supposed to have, I think, an hour in that competition. They only gave us 45 minutes.
So not only did they start early, they didn't give him the hour promised.
So literally, I was competing
Because they were ahead of schedule.
They were ahead of schedule, yeah. So, but the domestic part was, man, and I mean, I give respect to everybody that competes. You know what I'm saying? But like, if you're gonna sit there and stop the battle for somebody else that's more famous, you gotta stop the battle for somebody else that's competing because we're all there to compete.
We all paid the same thing. You know, we all drove the same. Like we all drove hours to get to that event. You know, everything should be fair, no matter who it is. There shouldn't be no favoritism. You know, if somebody's light, the ring light, my brother's ring light didn't even turn on. We told them multiple times.
They blame me.
And,
Like, your
they
ring
said,
light's broken.
yeah, they told him his ring lights.
You go to my shop right now. I think it's on
You know,
right now.
and
the same ring light.
Yeah.
this happened to one of the barbers from Celebrity Studios, where shout out Richie the barber.
Raw.
Great, super raw. Like he's one of the guys when I first started, I really looked up to, you know, for seeing the creativeness that he does. But he's obviously super known. You know, he's really big, and you know, he travels. I've seen him go to Colombia a lot. He gets a lot of love out there. That's really big when you're going out of this country and you're known in other countries. That's really
Worldwide.
big.
Yeah.
Right.
So his light, his ring light, turns out they stopped the whole timer. You know, for him to be able to move his station to another station to be able to continue.
If you do that for him, you got to do it for everybody else.
100%.
And that's what I was saying earlier about the whole politics, man. I don't care if you have 150,000 followers or if you have 500. You should get the same amount of respect when you're paying to be in a category in a battle. Right? It has to be fair. You can't cheat nobody. You know, it doesn't matter who's more known. You know, I think it's unprofessional. I feel like it's ridiculous. And at the end of the day, they're stealing from you.
Right.
You know, politics should never play a role in a battle. It's got to be fair. The best person wins.
Yeah.
Simple.
Yep. In all categories: haircut, presentation, you know, your ensemble, whatever you want to call it. You know.
Yeah.
So I just feel like it's getting to the point where this is a consistent thing. This isn't the only story that I've heard. I've heard Carlito tell me stories, man, that I'm like, I can't even believe it because I know Carlito's going there. He's just finding somebody, picking them, you know.
Yo, Carlitos told us a story that this guy, he entered a freestyle design battle, right? and it was like 10 minutes to it ending, right? It was about to end in 10 minutes. And it was another known barber that showed up late. They let him join the battle and separately complete his full time in that category
And make
and
a
wins
payment right there and there
and wins that battle.
and win the battle.
Wins it. This guy shows up late. They're 10 minutes to finishing the freestyle design. This guy shows up late and wins the battle. He wins it.
You see, I showed up early and they didn't give me that same energy.
Bro, that's horrible.
This
That's
is what-
politics. It's because they knew this person.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's super unfair. I feel like in this industry, we should not go that route.
Yeah.
You know, we got to give everybody, you know,
We
their promised time.
we
Right.
got to be on the same damn page.
It's just like you just got to be on schedule, man. Just stick to the schedule. You know, if the dude showed up late, that's him. That's on him,
Yeah.
Yeah, but as long as you're on schedule, nobody can ever say anything.
and they can't take that from you.
People are just robbing people out of their money, right? I can't deal with it. I mean, as a barber, I personally don't want to look too deep into it, right? I don't want to show up at a barber shop show. Goddamn.
Show up to a barber show on what?
I don't want to show up to a barbershop competition or a barber competition and be scrutinized for anything besides the haircut. You know, I am a proponent of the fashion being included into, you know, the haircut.
I
But
feel
it's not the end all be all.
100%. I feel like, yeah, that definitely plays a big role when it's announced.
Right.
Because it's unfair when it's not announced and you go in there, you do the fastest fade, but all of a sudden the costume matters or your
let me-
fit
let
your
me
fit
ask you
matters.
this then. Okay.
That's not fair.
Okay,
Announce it before.
Okay, but let me ask you this. If you got two haircuts, right? You got one haircut that's a little bit not as good as the other one, but the guy that has a better haircut, he's dressed in cargo shorts, you know, and a t-shirt, you know, maybe he don't even look like he brushed his hair.
Yeah.
And then what if the other guy looks like he put thought in it? Maybe his haircut's not it's just a tad bit under. Who wins? I want who wins?
Like
Who
an
wins
opinion?
that competition?
My opinion, bro, is
Because there's more to it than just showing
I
up.
feel like the fashion side of it should be based off of way less points, right? And it's actually the haircut that is more. I think the actual haircut should be 80%, 20% fashion if it's included in the category.
But that should be known, though.
But it should be known before.
But let's
it shouldn't be a surprise.
who wins?
Who wins? The
wins
guy
out of
with
those
the
two?
the guy with the better cut.
In cargo shorts and his black
Fuck
tee.
it. Cargo shorts, yes, I
Cargo
do.
shorts and a black tee and some dingy
It
ass.
depends
shell
how
tops.
close the haircuts are,
Yeah,
though.
it depends how close.
We're
If the
talking about-
haircuts are like even,
we're talking about
oh, neck and neck,
neck and neck.
So
When
then
this
the
guy's-
costume
Yeah, the
matters.
costume.
Right?
The costume matters, and that's why they added.
But this is what I'm saying. I'm not talking. Let's say this is the fastest
But
fade
this
category.
is what where Kenny's getting at with the points. If both those haircuts have equal amount of points because they're both toe to toe, that extra little bit of points is where the costume comes in or the fashion.
right.
That's the
But
tiebreaker.
that should even be. That's what I'm saying. It should be built in, known. Advertise it.
Yeah.
For sure.
You would think that
Let it
it's
be known
common
for sure.
sense, though.
But that's my point, right? I didn't go. I never went to. I never
Yeah,
watched.
yeah.
no YouTube
That's where they
videos.
mess up at. They don't, especially for barbers who are first timers, competing. They don't specify that.
Well, let me ask you.
Your
This.
costume should never be more than 50% worth of the actual category. And if it is, it's fucking sad. Do a fucking fashion show. Don't do a barber battle.
Let me compare this to a real life situation, okay? Because this is always where my logic goes back to. I go back to the origin. The barber expo is a reflection of the barber shop, and the barber shop, you don't want your barber showing up unprofessional looking, do you?
Nah.
You want them to show up.
They got to
clean
look the
looking,
part.
right? You got to look the part because, believe it or not, when these walk-ins come in, if you're a barber, I've had clients walk up to me. I got a fresh haircut. Can he clean me up? They're like, "Oh, can you cut my hair? Can you cut my hair just like yours?" Thinking that, like, what do you think? I just cut my own hair. You know what I mean?
But that shows how your
So-
appearance matters.
Exactly. So the reflection from the barbershop is translated to the expo. Now, I am 110% in agreement where you got to advertise that. You can't let it just be like, oh, the fastest fade, costume matters, or say, just let it be known in each category that the presentation is important, right? You
Let
wanna
it be
show up
known
to
and
the-
break it down.
Yes, you want to show up to the barbershop. In my opinion, you want to
Barber
show up to the
battle.
barbershop. You want to show
Barber-
up to the
yeah.
barbershop,
Yeah.
and you want to show up to the barber battle presentable, clean, with some, either which one you're talking about, right? You want to give a good haircut. You want to give your best haircut.
That's why I kind of give respect to Barber versus TV, because shout out Papito Blends, but he made it very known and very clear. No, you're not. It's not just the best haircut. No, it's not who cuts the quickest. It's about who performs the best
Overall,
He's like, come here, putting on a show, something you're not gonna just see at a regular barbershop.
And he lets that be known from the get.
From the
always,
get.
always.
I'm talking about
Every event that he does, he always lets that know.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. I like that he pushes that.
And that's important.
Because nobody wants to come and see people, although they may be, at a high skill level, but you want people to show out.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You want people to fucking be motivators and go ham on their shit and really stand out. Right? Because, I mean, it's improving, new barbers' expectations, but it's an influence, bro, and it's a motivation, bro, because I want to go in there and I want to be fucking impressed.
Yeah.
Right.
If I'm gonna go watch a barber battle, bro, I want to see these niggas really like show out.
Yeah.
Costumes, haircuts, shit going crazy,
Right.
talking their shit respectfully. Talking their shit. Representing their brand. That's really what it's all about, man. Let's fucking do this shit
And-
the right way.
And with that promoter promoting his expo the way that he did, communication, right? Another important factor in the barbershop. You got to have the communication. If you're not communicating, you're not really doing much. So, I feel like that might be one of the things that some of these, the promoters, even the barbers that are taking over these
At
expos.
that battle, when we battled, they literally put all the competitors in one room and they literally explain what they're looking for.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
Before we competed.
Boom.
That's good.
It's the way it's supposed to be.
That's good.
And it should be like that because everybody that's in their room are there on time,
Yep.
and the ones that should be competing. Everybody who can't make it to that should not be in it.
And you know it's about to go down.
That's
Don't
dope.
get me wrong. While I was over there cutting hair, I seen people run in there with their ring lights.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck all that. You got to be on time. Just like when you at work, nigga, you don't show up, nigga, you might as well fucking go home, nigga. Fuck that.
But you coming in 3 hours late. The day's almost over. You got to work 5 hours, and then you're gonna take you still gonna take a lunch though. How you gonna come in 3 hours late, still take a lunch?
I
Take a whole hour.
I've seen people show up, bro, and walk in and take their lunch.
That's bold.
You know what I'm saying?
It's true. I've seen
They
it
walking
too.
in with their food. I'm like, bro,
Be like, nigga, we got a list full, nigga. What you doing? I'm taking my lunch. Nigga, you just got here, nigga. What the fuck you talking about? Nigga, it's 1 o'clock.
my lunch break, bro.
Funny. That's funny.
Yo, so during this barber battle, you guys were still at 6 Element, right?
Yeah.
So what happened with 6 Element? Because you guys are not, you're not at 6 no more, right?
Nah, we're not at 6 Element anymore.
What happened with that? Because I know y'all was there for what? How long y'all was there for?
I think we were there for like, we're about to hit 2 years. We're like a year
2
and a
years?
half. Yeah.
2 years? What made you guys split ways, man?
I think it started whenever like all the OGs started leaving.
Leaving like how? Like just leaving and
They
not
started leaving, doing their own things. You know, they opened up their own shops or they moved to a suite or something.
did something cause that, or they felt like that was their level up of growth?
Well, whenever 6E2 opened up, literally like half of the shop left with it.
Was that like a disagreement?
No, it was more like because Nino, right? He's the co-owner of 6 Element.
Shout out Nino.
Yeah,
6
yeah, I don't
Element
know.
2. He really just, it was like an option. Whoever wanted to go with him can go with him.
Yeah,
Whoever wanted to stay there.
I was honestly, I was supposed to go with him to 6 Element 2, but obviously I'm not gonna. My brother was staying there. I'm not gonna. You can't separate the twins, bro.
nah, you can't, dog. You guys are your own brand in a brand, you know, and that's what's fucking dope. That's what make y'all who y'all are,
Yeah, that's a fact.
you know.
So whenever they left, right? You talking about this is like 10 barbers, right? That just left, right? Now we're hiring new barbers, right? And I do give Nino the credit that when Nino was there, because it was Nino and John that were running the shop, right? Shout out John. But when Nino was there, and Nino told you, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna get this done," he got it done.
He's
You
a
know
good
what I'm
leader.
saying? Like you could depend on him. You know what I'm saying? Not saying I can't depend on John, man.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
no.
But
I
like,
feel you 100%. I know John too. I respect John. I actually know that motherfucker for years, bro. Cool ass motherfucker, bro.
bro, it's funny, bro.
Funny as shit, bro.
Funny, bro.
That's my little nigga right there.
But when Nino was there, like shit got done. You know what I'm saying? But whenever he left, we hired a lot of new barbers, right? Young minded. And when I mean young minded, I mean like you were saying, like that cancer stuff. You know what I'm saying?
You
Like,
feel like there was fucking up the vision.
the energy, bro. It was
Yeah.
like that's whenever we started like feeling like not really hate. I guess you could say hate, man. It was like it wasn't no love in the shop, man. It was
Yeah.
more like this
It
person
died
over
out.
here. It was almost like we're in a gang, bro. I kid you not. Like there was the people in the corner. They had the brothers, which was me, my twin, and my younger brother Josh. You know, shout
It didn't
out.
feel like a family no more.
No, 100%, right? Like
Yeah.
so everybody was kind of branched out, man, and it was like terrible. Every meeting we had, bro, it was Jesse calling out people. Yo, what's the problem? Call him out right now. I'm talking about it was like beef type stuff.
Really?
Man. Like, it was
Damn.
bad.
So these new people had nothing good to offer, huh?
No, in my opinion, no. That's just my opinion.
Was it because of their skill level or more their character?
I think,
Character plays a big part.
and then I mean, a lot of people said that we're very our character is strong. You know what I'm saying? Like we're very blunt. You know what I'm saying? And they're saying that our faces, we have like a very like resting asshole kind of face. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Very direct.
yeah, it's not like you could just. I guess you can't approach me in some kind of way because
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying.
I
But
got respect for that though. I really do. I got leaders in my shop that are just like that. And even though a lot of people frown upon that, but I feel like I'd rather the truth
Right.
direct than a fake smile
Right,
with
right.
a lie.
Yeah.
Right?
and I believe it's an intention. You know what I'm saying? If you have good intention behind what you're doing, whether it's coming out aggressive or it's coming out like you're taking it wrong, but there's good intent behind it. You know what I'm saying? Like if I'm over here like about to argue with somebody, I'm not gonna argue in front of the client first of all, right?
Yeah. No, that's a no.
Never.
Right. But whenever I get the chance, whenever you're in the back, I'm gonna pull you. Let me talk to you in the back. You know what I'm saying?
That's the way it should be.
We're gonna sit there and discuss about it, right? Like grown men, you know. And if I'm trying to discuss about it, if I'm talking to you, if I'm approaching you to talk to you, it's because I'm trying to resolve it. You get what I'm saying? It's not because I'm trying to sit there and create more beef. No, I'm trying to talk about it and
Trying to solve it.
trying to solve it.
Yeah, you're problem solving.
Keep it
The,
moving.
the
you
thing
know what
is
I'm saying?
that a barbershop, you're in here just as much as you're at your home.
You're here more.
Yeah.
You're here more than you are at home with your family. I tell that to my barbers all the time. You're right.
And so it was a lot of conflict, right, between the barbers. I'm talking about like it was bad, bro. Right? And then when my son was born, like my wife went on maternity leave, right? And that's whenever it's like, damn, like having kids is expensive, bro.
Yeah.
And so anybody out there that or have that old school mentality where they like have kids to figure it out, don't do that, bro.
Nah,
You know what I'm saying?
now's not the time for all that.
That's a
Prepared. You know what I'm saying?
That's
Like
a fact.
you gotta
Sure.
plan it out, man. Like you have to be very prepared and like and don't get me wrong, like parenting, bro, there ain't no guidebook to it. You feel me? So we didn't have any help from the government, no wig, nothing. Everything and this is around the time when like COVID was a thing. So there was like a shortage on formula, you know. So any time like I had a chance to kind of buy formula, I had to grab everything from my pocket, man, and just buy formula, you know. So financially, I started taking a hit, you know. So I started talking to my wife, hey, I'm starting to struggle financially, you know. And she was like, "Well, what do you think about doing? Because if you move, you know, you're gonna have to start all over." And I was like, I'm gonna just suck it up and see what happens, you know.
Yeah.
And I remember, we had the 6E battle, you know, where we competed between 6E and 6E2, right? Um, Bro, that was like one of the funnest battles we had. But whenever it was me and Nino that kind of organized everything, right? Um, and I'm talking about organize everything, bro. We were hitting up like people to kind of we hit up we're the ones hitting up people to kind of judge our competition, right? We I was
Known barbers,
I was
by the way.
I was the one having to make time to go to our graphic designer to make flyers. I was going to Staples making flyers, spending money out of my pocket to make these flyers, right? We were also every single jersey or shirt that we had that represented Six Element, we had to pay out of our pocket to do that. And keep in mind, this is all with a newborn, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so everything I was like, damn, I'm just like spending money, right? And what happened was whenever we finished the competition, Jesse had kind of shouted out John and Nino, and they were all like feeling great about it, but nobody ever gave me the credit for organizing the whole competition, which was my idea, you know. And after that, we had our meeting, and Jesse kind of like, you know, he kind of like said, "Hey, we're gonna go up on booth rent," and I was like, "Ooh, financially, I definitely can't do that."
Yeah.
And that was kind of like, I guess I can say a sign from God. You know, it's like it's time for a new chapter. You know what I'm saying?
Everything fell to play. Like everything fell in order of why we left. You know, it's not just the financial part of it. You know, because during COVID times, almost all barbers took a hit.
Yeah,
You
that's
know,
a fact. It's the environment too, though. I would assume it's the
it's
environment that you're
definitely the
environment.
in
environment.
combination
There was
with.
no support.
So like I said again, like the barber shop is your second home. And if you feel uncomfortable being there, you every time you walk in, you gotta, you say what's up to everybody. Some people give you your face, and some people don't even say what's up to you. Like, do you think you're gonna want to be there?
Yeah.
Walk past you, bro.
Now that energy that they're giving to you, whether it's hate or anything, now that's you're feeding off that. Now you can't perform at your best with your clients as far as the service,
Yeah, now you're worried constantly of a situation turning out where your client's going to be in front of it hearing two other barbers argue. That's just
Oh,
not a
bro.
good look.
We have plenty of situations like that where I had a client of mine say, "Hey, bro, if you want, I'll just stop booking Tuesdays, bro." I was like, "Bro, don't do that." You know what I'm saying? That was affecting my money too.
Yeah, yeah. That anytime a client sees barbers bickering back and forth, I would assume that they start to feel unsafe.
Yeah, yeah,
You,
100%.
I mean, especially if they're, getting real amped up with it.
Right.
It's one thing if it's a disagreement. Hey, we'll talk about it when I'm done cutting hair, but it's a whole nother when they're,
The other thing is like if conflicts happen, arguments happen. You're never gonna agree with everybody, So if the other person is being the bigger person and pulling you to the side to resolve this problem, don't sit there and listen. Hear him out, understand him, and then if talk your shit too, and come to understanding. Regardless, we're in the same room. You know, for a lot of hours, we have to resolve this regardless.
yeah, the environment spreads to the clients,
Right.
right? When you're cutting in the barbershop and you're not interacting with the barber next to you or the barber across from you or whatever the case may be, it makes it almost like an awkward tension in the barbershop that the clients pick up on. Like, they're not stupid. They walk in the barbershop, it's quiet, no one's talking to each other, or only a few barbers are talking to each other. You know what I mean? And it's just not a good look. Unfortunately, there's a lot more barbershops like that. Like, that's actually a good barbershop. I've actually heard of them, and I don't really know too many barbershops like that. So I've heard so many stories, so many stories of these things. And
Well, another thing too is like whenever you have barbers, right, that are hungry, barbers that want to sit there and put your barbershop on the map, are willing to represent your shop and go out there, compete or whatever, or even trying to plan an event for your shop. You know what I'm saying? Don't shut that down. Feed them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like if somebody is like, yo, man, I have a great idea for the shop, bro. Let's do it.
Yeah.
You get me? And
Even if it's not the best idea, but everything matters, right? Everybody's
Right.
opinion matters. Just perfect it. Feed off of that.
Right.
And plan something that would, bring your business up, bring your
Right.
barbers up. Anything to motivate them works, right?
right.
Yeah, that's a fact.
And then that's kind of like there was like no. I can't say that Jesse wasn't down for events because he was, right. But whenever we went to events there was no support from the shop. There was
No
like,
barbers.
no barbers. We would be like, hey man, there's a competition coming up. There's
How many of
logo,
y'all would go?
this and that.
Just
It was
me and Sway.
me and Macho. And
Out of 14 barbers,
Yeah.
and we'll try to even boost them up and tell them like, yo, bro, like I think you will like this. Like you definitely got the speed for it. Try it out, or at least just come. See it for yourself. I think you got it.
Yeah.
They kind of give like a bothered face more than anything.
Mm-hmm. Even if they don't want to go to battle, I think just showing up for support is fun.
right.
You know what I'm saying? Because you're there with your people. You're there with your family. You're having fun. You vibing, you're drinking, you're supporting, and you're seeing cool shit. I mean, at the end of the day, you're a barber, right? So it's not like you're going somewhere that you're not, familiar with. So I agree with you 100%, Mantra.
I remember this one time, right? We went to this show, right? My younger brother was supposed to go with us. We had a show, right? At Punta Gorda, right? We were gonna showcase, right? And I remember we left my younger brother because he was taking forever to show up for this other barber's show so we could show support. You know what I'm saying? And this barber was from Sixth Element. We went there. We left my younger brother just to go show some love and support.
Our showcase didn't start till 3.
Right? And tell me how this barber's showcase ended, right? And ours was like two showcases after, and this barber kind of like they didn't even like show.
They didn't wait to see us. They just left.
Yeah.
That's when I was like, okay. So now I'm thinking, okay, I'm representing a place that's not really there for me.
Yeah.
So now
there's no support.
No support. So now I have to start thinking, why am I supporting somebody that's not supporting me back?
100%.
Right.
And not to throw shade, it's just something that I do with my team. When my barbers battle, I like for at least the majority of my team to be there. Right. They don't all have to go because, not all barbers, are into this shit. And I respect it. But at least if you could get 5-10 of them to show up and support you, your team is already bigger than everybody else's at that barber battle.
Right.
And that inspires you and motivates you.
Man, and when you
and it boosts up your confidence while you're battling because you got your team there. I remember when Rory was battling, bro. It was like, 13, 14 deep? Not even our whole team, but we was still deep. You know what I'm saying? That's what we're known for. You know what I'm saying? When we show up, like people know groomsmen coming through, these niggas coming in deep. And it's not our whole team, but it's the majority, and it's our presence that really makes noise. And I feel like that should be an inspiration for everybody else's team. It's like I said, it's not for shade, it's for inspiration, and motivation. Right. If you're a part of a team, no matter how big you are, support your barber, support your teammate, be there for them. You guys weren't being matched. matched on the ambition.
Exactly. Like I was
Yeah.
like, we were willing to put in. And the crazy part was that we were out there putting, not saying that didn't nobody put Six Element on the map because
Yeah.
Jesse and Adrian already did all the hard
Oh
work.
yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
they're 100% on the
But
map
the
for sure.
consistency wasn't there.
Yeah,
Because
the
Jesse
team
had
support.
He had his own academy. You know what I'm saying? Adrian was
Yeah.
helping him out. Sixth Element was kind of like going down, bro. Like whenever the second location opened up, our first location was like not it, man. Like it wasn't doing that well.
The first one,
The first one.
really?
Because like we're hiring barbers that like you were saying that didn't know how to cut.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We're like kind of like acting up weird and stuff. So we started getting a lot of bad reviews. A lot of people. We started losing a lot of people there, right?
You think it's because he was just kind of just hiring people,
Yeah, you
and not really hiring strategically? Because you could hire anybody. You know what I'm saying?
I honestly don't know, man. Like, because I know John does the hiring. I think John does the hiring, and then I remember one time we had hired somebody that it was like he did a whole mess with the shop, and then Jesse started like kind of interviewing people because it was like a big mess.
Yeah.
But
Definitely got to interview your barbers. You got to know who you're bringing into your family.
so then for us, it was like, right? It was like, okay, in the beginning when we first went to Six Element, right? We needed Six Element to grow, to build, right?
Right.
And this is what I mean when like support your barbers, right? We needed Six Element to grow, to build, right? We needed the 6E brand
Yeah.
to build, right? Because
Iron sharpens iron.
it literally like wherever we went, people knew Six Element, right?
100%.
And then it got to the point where we started getting known as the Barber Twins, right? And people started knowing us as the Barber Twins, right?
Yeah.
So after that, whenever we stopped getting the support from everybody and from everybody at 6E, we were like, wow, we keep spending our money, our time to show out for the shop, but the shop wasn't showing out for us. And that's when we're like, do we really need you now?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
that's deep.
and it's sad to say, man, but like if you're not there to show the support and love, you know what I'm saying? Like people, it's like a relationship, man. If you're not there for your woman, what does she need you? You know what I'm saying? Like
That's true. It's crazy too that you share that, bro, because you share it with a genuine love. You know what I'm saying? You guys didn't leave and start your own shit.
no,
You know what I'm saying? That's usually what barbers do. They'll just, they feel like their ambition isn't matched and they feel like they could do better and they'll go out, open their own shit and that's that. But that wasn't your intention.
no.
You know what I'm saying? You guys were real genuine with it. You really wanted to show love and help to build that brand, and you feel like your ambition wasn't being matched.
It's almost like we started to kind of because like when I go we go compete, right? Our competitions range from like 150, 250. You know what I'm saying? Depending on which competition
Who's running
you're
it?
competing in,
How
you know what I'm
big
saying?
the battle is? Yeah.
Our videographer charges us $350, right? You talking about you're already paying for the competition. You're paying for the videographer.
What does he cover?
Fit.
The videographer. When you hire a videographer, what does he cover? He just covers you battling, or
The one
you guys make like a little series out of it?
shout out
Because y'all videos are fire.
Man,
That's the only reason why I asked for it.
This man, he literally, if we're there, like he charges us about an hour, kind of.
Yeah.
But most of the time we go way past the hour.
Yeah.
And he doesn't charge us extra, you know what I'm saying? But I think it's because he has the passion behind what he does, you know what I'm saying? He's also a barber though. And
He's actually the one who started the Present Barber podcast.
yeah. I don't know if you guys ever checked that out, but like
The Present Barber podcast.
Yeah.
I'm gonna check it out. I haven't heard of it, but
fire, man. He got a lot of known barbers in there.
yeah, that's lit.
Sure.
But yeah, like the expenses were mad expensive, man. Like just to compete and to do that, and
You're talking about every jersey or shirt that we had that had 6 Element was ranging from $70 to $100.
And I was
On top of that,
investment
if I was paying $150 and Sway was paying $150, and then we had to pay another $350, and then the gas to get that. We paid the videographer's entry also.
Yeah,
All over a stack already.
yeah. It was
It was damn near stacked.
it was expensive, but it was. And then whenever you start thinking money, you're like, I'm paying this much money to kind of like put these people to kind of like brand, like you show their brand, right?
Yeah.
When I'm on stage,
You're working. You're trying to get out there.
yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm like, I'm sitting there doing all this to put Six Element or to keep Six Element on the map, right? But
Without their support.
nobody there was there to support. Nobody else was doing what we were doing, and that's whenever, like I said, it came down to why we need to just start doing our own thing,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So that's
So in a way, we kind of felt like, while us being there, it didn't really feel right us starting our own stuff when Six Element already had a brand.
Yeah.
So that's in a way like
You weren't trying to cause a commotion.
yes.
Yeah. Like you're trying to overstep boundaries. Yeah. You guys were doing the best that you can and try to compete and promote the brand the best that you can to your knowledge without having the backbone support.
yeah,
That's tough. That's tough. Yeah, especially when you're like really ambitious and you're really doing it. You guys are investing all your money in doing it.
Right.
And this for a shop that you guys obviously don't own, you know what I'm saying? But at least if the energy was matched, imagine where you guys would be now. You know what I'm saying? Not even just y'all two, the team.
right.
Where would that team be at now? Because now you got Jesse, matching your energy. You got, the other leaders there supporting y'all, being there with y'all. It's a team effort.
It's important.
I feel like you can't do shit without a team.
Yeah, but
You could only make it so far.
you can't do with it one without the other, right?
Right.
You need your barbers to do what y'all did, and you also need that reciprocated. You need to see that more from your
Right.
your barbershop owners, and that's one of the things that I'm fortunate where this man will do it all. He's not worried about it. He's like, oh, what do we need to do? Okay, yeah, I'll do it, and it gets done. Right? Someone reliable, someone you can count on. It's important when you can have somebody like that you can fall back on, right? Because I'm managing this shop.
And that falls a big play in what Sway was talking about earlier. Having a great leader. A great leader not only does he support, but like
Teaches. I think that's one of the things that a real leader does is he tries to
also
teach.
like inspires.
Yeah.
I feel like there's a vision, right? There's always got to be a vision. In my shop, there's a vision, and I don't keep that to myself. I like to share it with my team, and I try to bring it to life, right? And I got leaders. I got strong leaders in this barbershop, and I use them because they're ambitious. And I use them, to follow my leadership and bring the vision to life, right? And they're not doing it for me, you know what I'm saying? Because they have their incentives. The bigger I grow, the bigger that they grow. You know what I'm saying? And I think that that's the only successful way you could reach a high level. You know what I'm saying? Let's take it far. Let's say a corporated level.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's what we need. We need, groomsmen style barbershop franchised in Houston. You need one in, Minnesota. And have these leaders make leaders, right? And hire the correct barbers and maintain that barbershop. And it'll be their responsibility, but you got to have the right people in place to be able to do these things. I feel that something that you touched on earlier, the passion, like how do you maintain your passion over time, right? So, Kenny's 15 years in the game. It's like he's brand new. Right? And what do y'all think in that aspect?
What drives you?
I think to maintain that passion, man, is like consistency, man. It's like, you know what I'm saying? Like if you're really there for your barbers and and that's who you are. You know what I'm saying? And you whenever somebody comes to your shop and like, hey, I want to work under you, I want to work for you, whatever, right? And you tell them, yo, this is what I do. I'm willing to do it for your barber if you're willing to put in the same energy. As long as you're consistent with your word and you're consistent with what you say, you know, like it's always gonna be there. You know what I'm saying? The passion is gonna be
The
there.
same energy you give out is the same energy you're gonna receive.
Yeah.
Not necessarily all the time, but as long as you got good intention, like my brother was saying earlier, that you most likely you're gonna get something good.
In return.
Yeah, you do. You know, you do for them, they do for you. You know, and like Kenny said, if one goes high, the other goes higher.
Right.
You got to share the same vision.
Right. You got to have the same belief, and you have to have belief in yourself. You know, there's a lot of people, a lot of barbers that don't have belief in themselves. They just feel like all I can really do is just, take walk-ins and whatever the case may be. But this is a multi-billion-dollar industry that we could be taking advantage of in multiple ways, products, and
When it's done right.
Right.
clothing, right, when it's done the right way. And hopefully, I see a lot of big things coming from y'all in the future. What are y'all plans for the future?
Well, as of right now, I'm in the position of trying to buy a house right now.
Okay.
God willing, the house market looking kind of hectic right now. You know what I'm saying? And I honestly don't think it's gonna go down, man. So
I hope it does. I think it's gonna crash.
I hope it does too. But
Right.
Well, one of the things we talked about, like my brother said, God willing, if it doesn't work out, like I'm also trying to buy a house. That's something I'm looking into also. If it doesn't work out, we're maybe looking into opening up our own shop.
Okay.
I'll be lit.
Yeah.
God willing.
Yeah, and I think me personally, right? I've seen you guys at the barber battles, but your humbleness, your experiences through time will help you when you open up a shop be able to get to where your dreams are, right? And not everybody gives me that vibe, right? Where I feel like, okay, if these guys go and they'll be successful, because you got to be humble. I think that's really the number one thing when it comes to being a barbershop owner is never really getting too big of a head, remain humble, and stay steadfast. Just keep on going into your goal and try to bring everybody with you, right?
Right.
Humility plays a role. And also, I feel like as a businessman, you have to be so transparent. You know what I'm saying? And you have to be, everybody you visualize where you want to be, right? And as a business owner, if you're not able to translate your vision, how are you ever going to achieve it? Right? One person could never get there. I mean, you could be the smartest person in the world. Right. You know what I'm saying? You could be the face of your company. You know what I'm saying? But just because you're the face of that company doesn't mean that you made it there by yourself.
Right.
He's surrounded by a successful team that shares the same vision that he does, right? And they achieve it all together. And everybody benefits as one. And I feel like, everybody got to play their role when it comes to business, and humbleness is key.
Yeah.
Can't be prideful. 100%. Yo, thank you so much, Sway. Thank you so much, Macho, for joining the Groomsmen podcast, where we talk about barbers, business, and bullshit. You guys got a hell of a story, bro. I'm humbled to hear it. Your success is damn near unmatched, and I'm curious to see how far you guys take it, bro. Like seriously, you guys inspire me. I love to see people grow, and you guys are fucking growing rapidly, bro. And your name is fucking excelling through the city. And thank you so much for being here with us. Macho, Sway, Sachi, thank you so much. Yo, shout out to our audience. Thank you for taking the time to listen to this podcast.
Thank you.
There's so much more coming. Stay tuned. Bow.